Hello. Real quick, just an overview of the brief assignment, case briefs. This will deal or handle or apply to, rather, is a better way to say that, all the rest of the assignments, the case brief assignments. So if you see two things there, one is the format there is that should fit on basically each case will fit on about one page. Double spaced in between the sections. So as you read those opinions, cases to brief there at the bottom, you'll see the list. So a case brief one says Keeler versus Superior Court, N. Ray Banks, State versus Utter, People versus Beardsley, Barber versus Superior Court. So in your case book, each of those are in chapter 5, I think. Anyway, they're in the book. If you look them up in the case book, you can probably look them up online if you don't have your case book yet. Though hopefully by today, everybody's got their book. They're not due today, so you got some time. Anyway, so the way a case brief works is you're basically briefing or summarizing a court case. So I'm not necessarily looking for your opinion. What is the court saying? So not that I don't care what you think about the case, but this is about what is the court saying. The exercise would be, I don't have time as a lawyer to read all these cases. You're my law clerk. I need you to read these cases for me and tell me what they say. So the first part there, the facts, are what's the case about. So is it a murder case, rape case, burglary case, whatever. Summarize the facts of the case. The judges will usually give you their summary of cases. So give you a further summary, usually a paragraph or two. Those can be paraphrased. So in your own words, just restate the facts of the case. I would probably say the pertinent facts of the case, so not every single detail, of course. The issue in the case is usually in the form of a question, as it says there. The court will say something like, and there may be more than one, so some of these may have multiple issues. Usually there's a couple, but there might be as many as 3 or 4. Those you can just directly from the case. They're going to tell you this case is about, or the question in this case is. Some of them will say the issue in this case is whether or not, blah, blah, blah. So what's the case about? What's the main legal question or questions that the appellate court is answering about this case? That's what's been raised. The decision is usually one word or two, affirmed or reversed. So affirmed means they uphold the lower court decision. Reversed means they reverse usually the conviction. And that's 1 or 2 words, a handful of words. The holding is, as it says, is the court's answer to the question. So the question in this case is whether or not, blah, blah, blah. And the holding, and so they'll usually use the words we hold or we conclude or therefore. So you kind of look in the opinion for those. The issue and the holding and the decision can all be cut and paste from or just directly taken from the opinion. You don't need to rewrite those. You don't need to cite them, other than at the top of the brief will be the name of the case. It'll say, I'll do the first one, Keeler versus Superior Court, and they'll give you all those little numbers there, something, Cal, App, whatever, 1970, whatever the year is. So that's the information of the case book. Just put that at the top of the first page of each case. So one, Keeler, Banks, Utter, Beardsley, Barber. So there's 5 cases. Ideally, you're reading the book, of course, and you're just briefing the cases as you read the book. If some of them may be a little small, so they're already kind of edited for the textbook, so that's okay. If they're not a full page, that's fine. They may be half a page. If the opinion is really short, they may be half a page. So don't stress if it's not a 10-page opinion and then you're boiling it down to 1 page. It's no longer than a page. Some of them may be as short as half a page. Just adequately summarize the facts of the case. And then the other part, the bottom one there, is the reasoning of the court. So again, a brief but sufficient, adequate, tell me why the court made the decision that they made. So the holding is the answer to the question. The reasoning is why did they give that answer. So explain again in the court's words, but also in your own words, paraphrase the court's reasoning. So that's usually the main part of the opinion. They tell you what the case is about, the issue of the case, their answer to the case, and then they'll give you the why of the answer, or they might give you the why and then give you the answer at the end, and then you're paraphrasing all of that. So that's really all it is. That's kind of the intellectual exercise, I guess, is to pick out the important parts of a case, and then so it helps show that you understand it, and then you can then rewrite it and make it where I can understand it. So again, in a professional setting, you would be my law clerk. I wouldn't have to read every case. I could read your brief, and then if I'm picking cases to argue for a case or whatever, I can use your brief to kind of give me a quick summary. And that's what they are. So all the case brief assignments through the rest of the semester will follow. This video basically applies to all those. Thank you.